Elias Linton knows what comes next. He could stay here, surviving off what little food is left in this apartment. Yet help will not come. The help has already left him behind. Yet he will not let that be his fate. He will find those that have survived and prove that he can survive alongside them, that he isn't a lost cause, that he has life yet to live. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Raikon here, and welcome back to our short survival series here in Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Now, we know our destination today, what we want to try and get to, and we can kind of see it almost from here. We can see the roof of it, but peering down, we can see the evac shelter. It's a short distance. It is a jog across the field, and it's something that Elias should be able to do even in his condition. However, if he was to have a vehicle, it would make it that much more safer. Looking outside of his building here, we've got a public washroom, a park just across the road, so there is a chance that we could find a vehicle nearby, and ideally, a vehicle that's working. So it's going to be dangerous, but the first thing that we're going to need to do is peer around outside to see if we can spy any vehicles out here. So we'll open up this curtain as well, and it looks like we can actually see out towards the road, and I can see a car from here. So if we shoot out across towards the west, there is a vehicle that's there. We don't know what the condition of it is like. We can kind of see it's no good. The wheels are completely toast. So that's a no-go. And oh man, SWAT zombies out here, army zombies. There's a few of them around here. So let's continue on moving. We'll check the southern side of the house here. Oh, okay. We've got an RV right outside here, but it's an RV that is in absolutely terrible condition as well. Wonderful. A luxury RV that is, and that's that cute little park across the road. And I doubt that there is going to be anything on the eastern side of the property, but you know what? If we open this window here, we'll be able to have a little bit of sight. Yeah, it's really not much, is it? Okay, let's open that door, peer down that way. Yeah, we're going to have to be outside to really see much of anything. We'll get both of those closed for the time being. Open up these windows just to scope things out and see how bad things are. And you know what? It's not too bad out here in the field, although I hope that's not a growth of any kind. Difficult for us to tell, and you know what? We will be able to tell for certain if we head out onto the balcony. That's what we got to do, and we got to get out of this building sooner rather than later because, yeah, they're in downstairs now. No doubt that's the tough zombie that we saw yesterday. And now we can really see everything that's out here, and we can actually see a few things on the roof of the hospital. A twig and some eggs. Looks like some birds have been making their nests up there. But we are going to peek down or peer down onto the lower level. We can see the hospital that's there, and you know what? I am still not 100% certain as to why Elias spawned down here in this building rather than the actual hospital itself, but I'm not going to question the Cataclysm and what it's thrown our way. But yes, we can see that the majority of the zombified population are over here towards the west by the hospital. Running across the field on foot, it's not the smartest idea, but it's also not the most foolish that we've had. We could potentially try and wait the day out, wait until the evening, and then try and make it. But that does mean we'll have to hope that no one's going to come wandering up the stairs. There is a small chance that we might be able to craft some other things in here that could help with our survival as well, so I think a cautious approach is going to be better in the long run, so we're going to try and close things up a little bit here. We're going to try and be quiet. Oh boy. Meanwhile, downstairs, it sounds like they're going to be making a bit of a mess of the place. Elias, we are not out of that fire yet. Well, I will be checking in with you a little bit later in the day, I think. We are hungry. We could probably do with trying to keep some of our calories up, even if we are considered to be overweight at the moment. And perhaps a little bit of enjoyment might be nice. Let's chew on that chocolate bar, and we'll drink some of that mineral water. Very nice. All right, I'll be checking back in with you before too long. Well, I tell you what, I haven't actually been gone all that long. as I've made a discovery, we do have a flashlight up here in one of the cupboards, and we're going to be turning that into a headlamp, just using one of the long strings that we have nearby. And there we go. We can now chuck that onto our head, make sure that we pick up our bat again, and we can just check to see that everything is looking okay. So the cloak that we have and the makeshift poncho, they are in conflict with each other. The Jedi cloak, I think, is going to be better for us just in general. It gives us better protection, environmental and otherwise. Obviously, the poncho can protect us from rain, the cloak can't. And plus, there's the fact that it just, it makes him feel safer. So we'll be leaving that poncho behind. And I think while we have the opportunity right now, we're also going to be having a look at that headlamp, and we're going to be giving that a new designation, F, just so that we can turn it on quickly. I don't believe it actually has a battery, however. And you know what? I wouldn't be against us taking the battery out of the advanced AR glasses. We might even have a battery around here though. If we go reload, we can see, oh, we did actually have a disposable battery nearby. Yeah, we've got 206 charges there. That's good. We've also got some more matches down here as well. And we also have a set of pliers, screwdriver, and a hammer. Useful things, but things that we don't necessarily need to be holding on to right now. We do have limited space with our messenger bag. We will see what we can take though. You know what? Looks like we can get away with it. Let's take them. There is a battery charger there as well, but we'll be leaving that for the time being. All right, and after that, yeah, we are going to be waiting till the evening. So we're probably going to get a chance to try and play some of the games that are on the AR glasses to help keep Elias in a good mood. And we'll just say, play anything for a while. To pass a little bit more time, we're going to be making some deluxe sandwiches that we're going to be taking with us, using the sauerkraut that we've got, and some nice honey mustard. And we're hearing many more noises from down below. Those sandwiches are going to be a reward for later if we are able to make it intact to the evac shelter. I think another thing that we'd like to try and make here before we try and make any kind of move is a bandage of some kind. And for that, we are going to need a cotton sheet. We should be able to tear regular sheets apart. So if we head on over towards the window, we're going to be using our knife to do some disassembly. There we go, 12 patchwork cotton sheets. Excellent. We're now going to turn those into bandages, makeshift bandages. And we'll say, let's make 12 of those for now. Now we could boil the bandages, but at this stage, just the makeshift ones are going to do what we need them to do. And so, back to resting. I think to be safe, Elias is going to put a few things in front of this door, just in case anything tries to, push itself through. Well, the sofa is quite heavy. I don't know if we're going to be able to manage that. With the strength of 6, we really, we'll struggle with anything like that. You know what, we might just have to try the table then. This is creating a fair bit of noise, so anything that's downstairs might be drawn up towards here, but I gotta hope this will help. Should anything try to push its way through here, it will slow them down. And yes, now time to actually rest. Alright, it is just before 8 PM. The sun has just slipped below the horizon. We're very thirsty, we are hungry, we're gonna deal with those before we leave here. So, we're still prone. Let's just sneak around the house for now. There is some milk that's, still okay. We'll knock that back for now. It's going to give us some calories. It's also going to quench our thirst slightly. But you know what? I think we'll finish the rest with just the cold water that's there. Very nice. We've got some empty containers that we're just going to be dropping off. And I'd like to take this mineral water, just so we can stay hydrated. Something that I probably should have done before we just started kind of resting the day away was bandage our wounds. Even though they are already on the mend, the bandages will help them heal faster. It's very poor quality, but that's better than having nothing on there at all. Yeah, there we go. And the good thing about Elias, while he is frail, he is a fast healer. So yeah, he's already started making some kind of improvement there. Right, well, okay. No more waiting, Elias. Now is the time. We gotta do this thing. Slowly, we start to make our way towards the front, cracking the door open. We can see the sound that we're making. 11 when we close the door. But when we're moving, we're not really making any noise at all. If we go to walk, we can see that it's 6. So while we're crouched, I think it's close to nothing. We saw 2 then for a second, so 2 is definitely better than 6, as we know. numbers. All right, peering down here, there's nothing immediately right in front of our face. Speak of the devil, a zombie child. It is here. And we can't really avoid that. So we need to hope that that is going to come towards us and maybe come upstairs. We're going to stand up and get ready. With a deep breath, Elias swings, hitting the kid as he makes his way upstairs. We're going to take a step back away from the staircase here and wait to see if this approaches. What we can do is turn on safe mode and then just kind of hold down wait and see if it appears. Okay, we've spotted it, so it is close at this stage. We'll back away 1 square and just wait again. Turning on safe mode. I don't know if it's going to come upstairs. We might have to go fight it down there. And I don't like that because we're going to be making noise, we're going to be drawing stuff towards us, but we might not have much of a choice. So let's head back down. We're going to peek again. It's still certainly there. Are you going to come up? We're just going to have to go down. All right. And we can see a zombie as well. It is outside. It is currently unaware of us. Time to swing. All right, we swing and so too does the kid. Oh, we actually managed to send it reeling backwards. A critical hit. 28 damage. It's stunned. It's nearly dead. And it still manages to get a decent hit on us. Oh, man. Definitely a decent hit. And we can see how much that frailty is hitting us now. Elias's breath gives out for a moment as the child is sent reeling backwards. It's now dead on the ground and we feel guilty. Sure as hell we feel guilty. But we need to push on. Opening the curtain and the window itself, we're going to slip outside into the night. We are currently still bleeding. It's mild, but we are bleeding, and my gosh, we've got another zombie on us. Okay, so we do want to try and bandage. We don't have time right now. This dead one is on us. We start to run, leaving the building behind and heading out into the field, heading out into the night. We have a waxing crescent moon. And it's actually giving us a lot of sight right now. I want to try and see if we're going to have enough time to get this bandage on. It takes a whole minute for us to put that on. So we're going to have to get further away. Okay, let's stop there for a moment. Let's crouch and let's see if we can do this. Apply it to your right leg. There we go, Elias. Okay. The bleeding stops. The bandage has been applied. We're going to turn safe mode on again. And we're just going to wait until we have our breath back. There we go. Good. Now, I don't care if it takes us all night to get across here. We're going to be as quiet as we possibly can. The hospital is right to our west, and that is a death sentence. So, we'll head a little bit more over towards the east, and we'll continue moving forwards. With safe mode on, it means that we can move without the fear that we're going to have something hit us right away. If something appears, it will tell us that it's there. And so, through the long grass and across this field we continue. We can hear 2 squirrels rustling about in the night. As the moon hangs on overhead, we hope that the evac shelter will offer salvation. 4 sparrows and a body. We can see a body. Difficult to make out in the darkness, but there is definitely someone there. Let's see. A beaded bracelet, copper lockets, and a monocle? A interesting looking person, but a dead person all the same. We get closer towards the remains, and they're dead. They're proper dead, not coming back. Okay. There's a few other things scattered ahead, just bird litter, I think. Yeah. Well, waste not, want not, right? Few things in the wallet that could be useful. Having a look inside, bills. Just lots and lots of bills. A discount card and a loyalty card. Actually, the cash card with 123, we could use that. The monocle, well, it's a lens. Could be valuable to someone, but right now it's not valuable to Elias. We'll unload the wallet and we'll drop everything else other than the discount card and that cash card. And we carry on. Pushing further north. And there it is. We were there faster than I thought we'd be. Evac shelter B05. And in the darkness, we can make out a child wandering around outside. Indeed, this is only a child. And little is different about it now, aside from the hungry look in its eyes. would be hard-pressed not feeling like you were killing an actual kid by putting it down. And we already feel bad. We already feel guilty about the last kid. So maybe we can avoid this one. Oh dear, there are others here. A fat zombie can be seen pressing itself up against the window here. The evac shelter is gone. But the people that were here, they might have left something, a trace of themselves. The building will need to be cleared. We're going to have to do this as cautiously as we can. Okay, if we can get inside, we'll actually stand a better chance of fighting. The kid is just going to have to wait for now. And I think we are going to start to move to a walk. Let's get that door open. 2 zombie kids. Great. Let's run back. Get a little bit of distance here. As a deranged axeman exits the doorframe, they stumble along dragging a large blood-stained axe. Their face is twisted into a sadistic grin as they walk among the dead, as though already one of them. I have not fought a deranged axeman before, but not keen to get started right now. If anything, we might be able to try and lure some of these creatures away from the place. We should be faster than them. Oh, and we can see another kid outside. Why are there so many kids here? Okay. Well, we need to get into this building, one way or the other. I think we've got pedals here maybe? A foot crank, yeah. All right, let's move around the outside of the shelter. There's another deranged axeman? Okay, fantastic. This is exactly what we needed. Let's get that door open. Okay, it's a zombie runner. That's something that we're not going to be able to get away from so easily. We are going to be a little bit faster than the runner. It is still a zombie. We just need to hope that we can use the darkness to our advantage here. We are not a hardened survivor. We are Elias. And look at that. Some giant aphids out here, about the size of a rabbit. Let's not get distracted. Keep our eyes on the prize. And the prize in this place will be a computer. That's what we need to try and get towards. We're going to start to crouch and make our way back down towards here, hoping that the runner isn't going to hear us moving. It has. Okay. We start to run. We're going to try and bring it over towards some long grass. If we do have to fight this thing, fighting it there will be better for us. So, let's see if we can lure it in. Back to the side. Oh boy. Up towards the north. Come on. Through the grass. There we go. Well, we take a strike. It took a strike at us as well. We continue to try and get some distance. Knocking it back. That's good. It's stunned, but by the time we get there, it's going to be back up on its feet again. We'll just take as much time as we can to get some distance. We can hear some noises from the south. Another good strike. Elias, you're doing great. This thing is nearly dead. One more good strike. Come on. Come on. All right. We're bleeding. We need to make sure this thing is dead. Elias continues to pulp it. A cursory glance reveals an MP3 player around the thing's neck. It was a runner, after all. Okay. We're going to grab that. We need to get a little bit more distance here. And we need to stop that bleeding. The easiest way that we can usually stop bleeding on a wound is by pressing down with our hands. But we've got enough bandages right now that I'm not concerned. So we're going to go and apply that to our right leg. Okay, that should get the bleeding under control. There we go. But we can see that our right leg is already so injured from just a few whacks here. Poor Elias just is not made for combat. We're going to back up further. We're going to try and catch our breath, just waiting until we get it back. And then we need to try and use stealth as much as possible here. We start to get closer, trying to be quiet. We've got a fat zombie down there. Okay. All we need to do is get in and get to a PC. If we can have a look through the window, we might be able to see it. We can see the deranged axeman that's down there. Oh boy, okay. And we've got another kid making its way towards us now, throwing itself through the window. Let's pick up a little bit more speed, get a little bit more distance from them. There are so many zombies here. This is not the situation that we wanted to find ourselves in, but you don't often get to pick the ones in which you survive. So, is that the PC that we need? Let's get close to the glass. It's still on. It is still on. A computer console. Somehow, after all this time, it is still powered. Can we crack this window? Can we get it open? We can't get leverage with our hammer. We could smash the glass, we could get in that way, but we know that that's not going to be good for us. Can we just get in without the others noticing? Not really. Can we get in, smash the glass, and access that in time? You know what? We're going to have to go for it. We are going to have to go for it. Smash. The glass shatters. We clear up whatever else we can. Climbing in through the window there, we might be able to access it. And we can. The computer awaits input. First of all, the emergency message. Elias's eyes dart across it. Not what he needs. But there, contact us. That's it. Refugee center found. He sees it. Its coordinates. Let's make a note of that location and log off and get the hell away. All right, let's start to run. Leaving the zombies in the dust. We can take a moment, catch our breath back. Yeah, nice and easy. That's it, Elias. And now we look at our map and we see what we have found. Got two things close by, a clay deposit and also casings. Several spent casings are here. But that's not what we are interested in. What we are looking for is the evac shelter. And interestingly enough, we are getting this whole strange route. Okay, first of all, what is this? Why is that on the map? Is that the center? Yeah, Reach Refugee Center. That's not that far. That's just to the east of where we are, but this whole route, I do not know why we have knowledge of this. Perhaps this is the route in which they intend us to take, all the way down to Rockingham. Well, we know the name of Rockingham. Do we know the name of where we've started? No, we just know that it's northwest from Rockingham. Well, the map continues on out towards the east, towards this much larger town, and there just kind of keeps on going. Wild. Past some fields, up higher and higher and higher to Raymond, past Eustis, to the north through Hollyoak, winding across a river, past a mine, up through a town called Quincy, further north to Lubeck, to Center Harbor, and then further still, heading back down south towards a railroad, curving back around towards the west. What is this path? Further west to another town, and then it ends over here at what I assume could also be an evac shelter. I don't know, but that is the strangest route I have ever seen. For Cataclysm, that's bizarre, absolutely bizarre. But yes, that is the true goal there. The refugee center there towards the east. And now we know of it, but it is a long way to make on foot. If we had a vehicle, if we had a car, we'd be set. But right now, there are no vehicles out here by this evac shelter. The road continues to the north, into the woods. There is a chance that we might be able to find a stranded vehicle along the way. But whether or not that's one that's working, that is up to fate. So, we need to make our way back down towards the road. That's the first step. We'll get safe mode on, and we're going to start to follow the road, sticking to it. We shall not stray. And the hopes is that we are going to be able to find some kind of vehicle along here, or somewhere that you'd imagine a vehicle would be. We've got a crater off here towards the west, and a grove up towards the north. I think we're going to try and go this way for now. So, throughout the night, we will walk. There's no sense in just trying to sleep in the woods. Elias will need somewhere to rest his head eventually. Okay, that doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. It's a hatchback that is just completely wrecked. Still, we'll poke our head inside. I'm not seeing any items. No. Let's stay moving then. Worst case scenario, absolute worst. If it started raining and we really needed somewhere to stay, we could always pop back towards that vehicle. For now though, we keep on going until we encounter trouble, and we have in the form of a zombie cop and a regular zombie, both of which we are going to just try and go around. And we're seeing footpath, so we are nearing some kind of town or settlement. Let's go down to a crouch, try and take this as cautiously as we can, knowing of course that speed is going to be our best tool for us to use here. This is an ambulance, at least I believe so. No, it's an underlift tow truck. Okay. Now, it does have some items in here, but I don't think they're worth diving into, not while we have zombies roaming around. The regular zombies we can take down. We know that we can. But the issue is they can still do significant damage to us. So we're going to give them as much space as we can as we try and see what this path is leading towards. Around we go. Oh, that tough zombie doesn't look fun. Let's stay a bit further away. Okay, Elias. We've got another vehicle. This one also just completely wrecked. No good. Okay. Alright. And that looks to me like it could be a house. Any idea what it is yet? It's a 2-story motel. And it looks like maybe the road ends here. Right. Okay. Motels obviously have the chance to give us vehicles. Come on, you look okay, kind of. Let's see. Okay, it's a hippie van. It has enough wheels. It has battery, maybe just enough to start, but it doesn't have gasoline right now. So what we're going to need is a hose and some gas. As long as we can find it in another vehicle, we'll be okay, but we might have some options here. There's gas here, and it has a battery. This 4x4 is potentially good to go. And then we have an even smaller vehicle, a Beetle. Not a lot in the way of gas, but it's in pretty good condition. The security system's damaged on it. That 4x4 though, that looks really good to me. Let's go a little bit further to the south, knowing of course that we could run into zombies, yes, just like that. Okay, let's check the quality of view. 2% gasoline, 4% battery. Okay. We may not be able to start these vehicles as well. That's something that we're going to need to keep in mind. Although, there are a few items in the 4x4. Let's get closer. Well, we can't close that door, unfortunately. I think we can close that one. Let's see what we got here. A toolbox. Okay, all right. And the other? Bottle jack and a lug wrench. Okay, moment of truth. Any way to start this vehicle? Yup, apparently, yes, indeed there is. The controls, of course, on this side of the vehicle. And we can't see anything. But we have a little bit of memory of the area. Do we have headlights? Let's see. We don't. But what we do have is a headlamp. Let's turn that on, okay? We cannot see through the window. Why? Oh, because we're crouched down. What am I doing? Let's say walk. Okay, all right, and let's turn. Yeah, we do have working headlights. Amazing. Okay, very quickly. 4% gasoline. Not great, but my gosh, we've got ourselves a working vehicle. Okay, so we want to try and get more gas into this, 100%. But first thing we need to do is get out of here. This vehicle's already making noise. We are going to be dealing with dead in just a moment. There we go. That's good. Okay, around we go, Elias. Let's get this vehicle out of here. Let's pick up a bit of speed. Okay. Done. We have a car. However, that car does not have a lot in the way of gas. No siree. So, let us slow down, take this moment in, and know that Elias has taken yet another step towards the continuation of his life. We achieved the goal we set out at the start of today's episode, to make it to the evac shelter, to attain the location of the refugee center. That, for Elias, is salvation, and this vehicle might take him the whole way. But for that, you'll need to join me in the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Raikon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.